In this video, I'll put myself on a mission. Let's try and build a house using as many 1.17 blocks as possible. Go! Okay, I have built the frames, now let's fill up the walls. Okay, I've filled in the walls as you see, and for the bottom I've actually used a technique of just stone and andesite. Yes, I know, we haven't used any 1.17 blocks yet, but don't worry, they'll come in soon. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to add some glass panes like this, and then 2 spruce slabs to make a little window sill all around the house. Now let's add some doors. One door here for the main front door, and one door over here for the back door. Now let's do some interior work. Let's punch out some grass here that is a little bit in the way, and let's create a floor. Now, for the floor we can use some polished deepslate. This is where we can incorporate some 1.17 into our build. Now that we have filled in the base of the floor, it looks a little bit pale. So we're going to add a few deep slate tiles in, just to detail the floor a little bit and make it look slightly more older. Now that the floor looks a little bit more detailed and a little bit more old looking, we can start on separating the rooms of this house, because having one big room in one giant house like this is a little bit weird. Let's go. Now that we're done with the rooms, let's see a little tour. So, this is the main entrance. You can go here, close up the door, put down your shoes or whatever. There's a little up peak, then you can enter into the main hall through here. Then we can go into the bedroom here. This will later be a bedroom. And then you're going to come over here into a little kitchen, and then if you want to go out into the garden, you can go through here, through the back door. I think this is a nice little house, but I can't stop notice it's a little flat. So let's build a roof. And since this is a 1.17 build, we're going to use our good friend copper. We're going to make sure to leave this one waxed, just so it doesn't turn into this one. Let's get on with the build. For the roof, we're going to use these frames on every single side of the build so that we have a high roof, and this means we can also have an upstairs of the build. Let's finish off the frames. I've completed the frames on the front side and on the back side. Now we can add in our copper. we have added in the copper, the house is starting to take some shape. Now let's just add in some slabs and make it look a bit more smoother. Okay, we have added the slabs and it's starting to look a bit smoother and a bit more in shape. But something that is really bugging me is the fact that the walls, the outline and the roof are all on the same layer. So we're going to take these outlines and pop them out a little bit more, and hopefully our house will take some more shape. Okay, I've popped out the outlines, I've put a double door at the front, and I've recentered the windows a little bit so they look better with the new outlines, and honestly the house is starting to look better. But now let's just add these two pops just like this so it looks like these logs have been rested one another. And there we go. Now let's do a little bit of work on the interior. So this is going to be the entrance room, so maybe we could have some few shelves here and there. And we've definitely got to set up these roofs here. And for that we can include some more 1.17 with some calcite. Okay, we have set them up on every single room, as you see. Now let's go into the main living room here. So here we can add a little sofa. Okay, I have added 2 little armchairs, changed the shape a bit of this window, otherwise the glass would connect up to this back one. So I think the living room is sort of finished, apart from the lighting, which will come back later on. Now, let's head in to the main bedroom. There we go. Next, let's go into the kitchen and the storage room. And this room is actually looking quite good. Now, for the lighting. So, this is where we can incorporate some more 1.17 with the new candle. Let's just get the ordinary ones and put it on some of these. Okay, I don't actually know how to light these things for can it still? Maybe. No, just like okay, I thought they were gonna have a little flame. Yeah? So perfect, I guess. See that? Oh! Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. So, let's just add the candles all around the house. Okay, I've just slept, and now we can involve some more 1.17 with the new moss. Okay, we've added some moss all around the house, as you see. Now, let's add a little path that brings us to the door. Okay, our house is really starting to get a good looking outside. Now, a thing I actually forgot to do is to add a little bit of lighting on the outside. For where we only have a little bit amount of areas, we're going to put some candles, and for places we have multiple areas, we can put some candles and also involve a little bit of plant pots. So let's do this all around the house. Okay, this is starting to look quite well with the decoration on the outside. But as I said, with these really high roofs, this means we can incorporate an upstairs as well. So let's go and do that. stairs are going to be in the living room, and they're going to be like this, going a little bit over the couch, but I think this is just the easiest way to fit them in. And now let's actually properly work on the upstairs rooms. Now, because I don't really want this to look all metally like this, but also not as perfect as the downstairs, we're just going to use some slabs here to make a rough, poor looking roof. And let's just see how this turns out, I guess. And okay, this is starting to look a bit poor. Now let's also add this technique onto the corners of the room. And this is where we can also incorporate some more candles for the lighting. Okay, this looks pretty good. And up here, so that mobs don't spawn in, we can just light this place up with the regular torch. And there we go. This also lets in some lighting from the sides, which looks quite good. So with the upstairs done, I wanted to add a little window here, and let's just see what we can do to make this look nice. Okay, this window is looking quite nice. Now, we're not going to add an upstairs on every single roof, just on the main one. If we did, then the house would look a little bit too poor looking. As you see, we did the inside. But you're probably wondering why I wanted it so poor looking. Well, instead of a second layer, this was more just going to be an attic where we could just use as extra storage room. And I think it's going to serve that purpose quite well. Thank you so much for watching this video. This was really fun to make, but also took quite a while. So if you don't mind, please subscribe to this channel. Anyway, with that said, have a good day. I'll see you next video.